here with Bijay Anand. Bijay, please welcome to the Healing Festival.
My pleasure to be here, always.
We are very happy to have you here.
I'm always happy to be here. Thank you.
You are very famous actor from India, but probably you are most importantly, you are also a Kundalini yoga teacher, healer. You help other people to find their purpose, to find strength to heal themselves. Is there something you would like to add to this description?
Actually, for me, there is nothing to add to that description because for me, my entire life is a life devoted to healing and to helping others. As an actor, I enjoy acting, but I also, if I have to make a healing center, for example, I need money for it. So I deal in art. I'm an art investment advisor. I'm an actor. All the money I get from there, I use it to make my healing center. So the day my healing center is ready, I stop acting. I will stop dealing in art. I will stop everything. Then I will go and live in my healing center and I will never leave the place. Hopefully, that should happen in the next 5 years.
Amazing. Somewhere I read that you actually started to practice yoga to heal your arthritis. Is that story true?
Yes. So I had arthritis, which is a very sad and horrible disease at the age of 36. I was very young. I went to the best doctor in India and he told me that the disease, arthritis, is not curable. According to modern science, no doctor in the world can cure arthritis, which is actually true. But then, luckily for me, I discovered the magic of Ayurveda and nature cure. So it's not yoga that healed my arthritis. For arthritis, it was Ayurveda, which is why I give lectures. Even at the Healing Festival, I've given lectures on Ayurveda. Not because I'm a doctor, but because I was a patient. So I have that point of view, I have that perspective as to how it saved my life, not only for arthritis, but for high cholesterol, very high cholesterol, eczema and psoriasis, and everything is now cured, which according to modern science, modern medicine is not curable.
It's not possible.
It's
Your
not
story
possible.
is not possible.
So I have cured it for me and for many, many, many students of mine. Okay, because I understand the Ayurveda way is the only way that these diseases can be cured.
How did you manage this transition from being a patient, being an actor, to being someone who helps people actually?
So that is a very interesting story because I was a patient. I became a patient because I was very successful. From being very poor, very, very, very poor, to becoming very, very, very rich. It's such a journey, you know, for people. And then like most people, I lost myself. I used to drink alcohol every day. I used to party every night. I had a poker room, a gambling room in my house, a full room for gambling, which means I used to sleep at 5 in the morning, 6 in the morning. So all the diseases related to affluence with money, all those diseases I was beginning to get, even the first stage of diabetes. So now the thing is, in 2008, the whole world collapsed. The banks collapsed, the markets collapsed, the stock market collapsed, and everything went like haywire. Everything went into chaos. I lost 80% of my money. Now at that stage, I asked myself what it is that I can own that nobody can take away from me. Because my whole life I earned so much money and in 1 minute it's all gone. Not because I'm stupid, because a bank in America collapsed. Because of that, I lose my money, 80% of it. So I said, what's the use of that money? And what's the use of spending your whole life trying to earn that money? It's such a waste, you know. So I said, what can I have that nobody can take away from me? And the answer was my inner joy, my bliss, my peace, and if I can manage to find it, my enlightenment. Once you're enlightened, who can take it away from you? So then I started, instead of working hard to make money, I started working hard to find myself, who I am, what I am, why I am, what is my life purpose. And then I started going to different yoga festivals. I started doing different kinds of yoga, different kinds of meditation. And one day I found Kundalini Yoga. And the day I found it, the first class I did, I knew that what I was searching for my whole life, I had found it. I had found my way back home. And immediately I signed up for the teacher's training, not because I wanted to be a teacher, but because I wanted to spend 45 days every day doing Kundalini Yoga. And it changed my life so much. It even changed the way I look. Like if you're my best friend and you're meeting me every Saturday, when I went back to Mumbai, to my home, you were standing next to me and you didn't even recognize me because my face had changed. From being, big and stressed, with, all the stress on the face, I was calm. People could not even recognize me. And that's when I realized how Kundalini Yoga had changed my life, which is why I decided to teach Kundalini Yoga for the rest of my life.
What is so special about Kundalini for you? Why people should get interested in it? What is so specific?
So I'll give you my example. I had anger issues. I was always angry. Even as an actor, I only got roles which were angry roles because I was so good at it. I was like a pro at anger.
Angry energy.
Yes, I had that energy that was really angry. And I tried to get rid of the anger with normal yoga, hatha yoga, ashtanga yoga, iyengar yoga. I tried all that. Believe me, it did not even bring my anger down by 1%. But those 45 days of Kundalini Yoga brought down my anger immediately, by I can even say by 80%. And that was only in 45 days. So, to answer your question, what is Kundalini Yoga? What is so special about it? It's the only science that I know. Maybe there are other sciences I'm not aware of. But with all the searching I have done, with all the research I have done, with all the questions I have asked, I have only got one answer. Kundalini Yoga, because it goes into your soul, it grabs hold of your poison, your anger, your greed, your jealousy, your pain, your grief. It grabs hold of it. It takes it out in such a powerful way that you never see it again. You get rid of it for your whole life. You're free.
Yeah, that sounds like a great recipe.
And then it also does one more thing. It opens up your heart chakra. That is why my company is called Anahata. My healing center is called Anahata because Anahata is the heart chakra. So Kundalini Yoga for me opened up my heart chakra and it changed my life, and that's why I love it so much.
I see. I've heard actually that there are these, not rumors, but maybe rather misconceptions about Kundalini Yoga, that if it's not done with the right teacher or if you do it recklessly, it can even be dangerous because it awakens some very powerful forces in yourself, and sometimes people are not prepared to face them. What do you think about this? Is that possible?
You know how easy it is to drink water? Anybody can drink water, right? Whoever is watching this can drink water. Do you know that there are wrong ways of drinking water which can actually harm you? If you are standing and you're drinking water, and that too you're not taking it one sip at a time, you're going good. And if you drink more than a certain amount, it can freak out your body. It can be so harmful for you. I cannot even describe it, So even drinking water can be dangerous if you don't know what you're doing wrong. Okay. Now, whether you're boxing, whether you are doing even yoga, I know people who have injured themselves by just doing simple yoga. So anything in the world,
forcing it.
If you do wrong, you can harm yourself. Without applying your mind, without being sensible about it. If I give you a kriya, okay, if you're doing this kriya, and I ask you to do it for 6 minutes, and you say, no, Bijay sir said it's good for you. Let me not do it for 6 minutes. Now I will do it for 2 hours. What can I do? It's dangerous when you do it, without understanding, without wisdom, without knowledge, without any guidance. Anything is dangerous. Kundalini Yoga is not dangerous. If you know what you're doing, if you have the right teacher, if you're following the right teacher and you're doing exactly what he tells you to do, it's the safest thing in the world. I have been teaching for 15 years now. I have not even had one student who has told me he's got a headache. Forget about dangerous. In 15 years, nobody has said, I did your class and I got a headache. How can it be dangerous?
You said that if you are following the good teacher, how can we say that the person is good teacher? Is there a way how to
That's a
recognize
very
that?
good question. That's a very good question, because I'll tell you a story. I go to one yoga festival and I like to sit in the front. I like to be very close to the teacher. I did not know who the teacher was. I saw the subject. The subject looked very good. So I went half an hour before. I put my mat and I was waiting. For half an hour, I waited. And then somebody said, look, the teacher is coming. I looked at the teacher and the skin was like all dried up. And it looked like somebody who was really sad. The aura was not nice. The energy was not nice. The posture was not correct. And I said, whatever she's teaching, I don't want to hear.
Yeah.
I
don't
quickly
want
rolled
to
up my
become
mat.
this person.
I quickly rolled up my mat and I ran away.
Yeah.
I ran away from there. So what I want to tell you, what I want to tell anybody who's watching this, that don't blindly follow anybody. Don't even follow me, please. Follow somebody who you find a connection with. Because if you close your eyes, your soul will recognize the aura. The problem is we try to intellectualize things. We read about somebody, oh, he's got 1 million followers on Instagram, he must be a good teacher. That's not the way you find a teacher. You find a teacher when you find a connection with that
The
teacher.
click.
And you know the aura of the person. When you know the aura, the only person I really, really, really loved was Swami Dayanand Saraswati. And his aura was so beautiful that even if he was half a kilometer away and I saw him, I would start crying. I would start crying even by looking at him. Even after he died, when we went to his samadhi in Rishikesh, when I was 20 minutes away from the samadhi, I could feel his energy after he died. And I started crying. I'm not imagining it. I know it. I'm very sensitive. The point I'm trying to make is that if you follow somebody because you got a lot of certificates certified by, the Yoga Institute, what is the Yoga Institute? It's in America. It's an American company. Yoga is Indian. You are going to tell me that I am a good teacher or not just because I have that certificate or not? That's bullshit. So you don't go by the certificates, don't go by the followers, go by your own understanding of what you feel, what your understanding of that energy is. Then follow the teacher. But then really follow the teacher. Then go with it. Whatever he says, then don't question it. Because then it's not right.
Okay, I see. Thank you. That might be interesting for our followers and also visitors, because sometimes people are desperate, right? And they are trying to find solutions and quick solutions and quick answers and
In
simple...
philosophy, there is a story that when somebody is drowning in the sea, of course you want like a lifeguard, or you want like a big lifeboat or something to save you. But when you're drowning, even if you see a straw, you know what a straw is? Even if you see a straw, you're going to hold it hoping that it will save you. The same thing happens with sad people. And this is what the fake teachers take advantage of. They know you're drowning, they know you're sad, your heart is broken, you have no money, you have whatever the thing is. Once you are drowning, what I want to tell you is don't hold a straw. Look for the right teacher. Wait for it. It will come.
Not for the straw. That's our
Yes.
message today. Don't hold the straw. Look for something more
solid.
substantial.
Yes.
We kind of touched upon it, the question of success. And I know that you speak also about so-called metrics, maybe also some social patterns, constructions, expectations, and how to break free from them. But at the same time, people are looking for some formula of success. And the success might be, in their eyes, also the abundance of money. And of course, then you can use it for very nice mission, for example, opening yoga academy or something. How we can reconcile this escape from metrics, but at the same time to find a way how to be successful in a ways which allow us to live the life in the abundance. Is there a way how to reconcile these two things?
The problem with life, which has been recognized in all spiritual forms, It could be Hinduism, it could be Islam, it could be Christianity. Everyone recognizes it. The word is Maya. Okay. And what now in English, thanks to the movie, it's called the Matrix. Okay. Maya and Matrix mean the same thing. It means that you are trapped. Basically, most of us, I can say almost all of us, are living in a cage. Okay. Now, we are trapped in that cage. The cage is called the Matrix. It's called Maya. Now, we are all unhappy in that cage. So, what we do is, we start decorating that cage. So, what we do is, we go shopping. We buy nice clothes. We get a nice bag and we put it in that cage somewhere. We buy a nice expensive car, we put it. We are working really hard to decorate the cage. And we're trying to make ourselves believe that that prison that we are in, we are decorating it and it's now looking very nice.
It's
Because
actually
now I
very
have Gucci,
comfortable.
when we have Prada, we have a nice this thing, but you're still in a cage, right? Now you have an option. You have an option to work hard, not to decorate your cage. You have the option to work hard and get out of the cage. When you are out of the cage, you are happier, you're free. Now that does not mean that spirituality is something in which you stop traveling business class and first class. You are not allowed to have a Bentley. You're not allowed to wear Gucci shoes. That does not mean that. It means that you can enjoy all that and yet at your heart be pure, be sattvic, be a saint, be kind, be humble, be a good human being, be a good soul, be enlightened. If you have the luxury, there's no need to be guilty because the church will want you to feel guilty. Right? That's the job of the priest. He has to make you feel guilty about everything. If you have money, you are a piece of shit. If you love sex, you're doing sin. If you're thinking of sex also, you're doing sin. But that's how man is designed. That's how woman is designed. That is why you are the slave. That's how you become controlled by the priest, by the politician. The whole ideology, the whole philosophy of breaking out of the prison, breaking out of Maya, breaking out of the matrix is to set yourself free. It's called being unshackled. Okay, but it's a choice that you have to make. Do you want to now continue to spend the rest of your life trapped in that cage, trapped in that prison and waste all your energy working from 9 o'clock in the morning to 8 o'clock in the evening just trying to decorate that stupid cage, or do you want to get out into this kind of a place, into what Mother Nature gave you? Abundance, beauty, joy, celebration. It's your choice.
If we speak about choices, have you ever faced some ethical dilemma during, I don't know, helping people to heal, to improve their health and so on, and you had to make some choice, you had to decide how to approach this situation? Does something like that happen ever to you?
No, only recently somebody pointed out that all the great teachers have died very badly because they take so much pain from everybody else when they're teaching that they die of cancer and they get a lot of pain. Because when you're teaching, like if you saw the class today, there were 400 people and they were all crying and they were all in pain. And as a teacher, you have to take that pain because you have to give them happiness and you have to take as much pain from them as you can. So now, I don't know if you call it a dilemma. I thought about it for 1 second, maybe 2 seconds I thought of it. I said, let's tombe, it's fine. That's my karma. I have to live that life. Whatever my end result is what my life is, what my life purpose is, that I know. And that I'm going to do. No matter what the situation is, what the dilemma is, what the consequences. I'm ready to face that. Because my life is life in service of humanity, in service of mankind, in service of Mother Earth. And that's how it is. And whatever it is, I'm ready for it.
Do you have some practice which helps you to ground yourself and maybe not to be overburdened by this pain you just mentioned of other people?
No.
Except for this acceptance that it's your karma.
There is no practice except the practice of being kind and loving. And of course, the most powerful practice, is gratitude. The practice of gratitude constantly, every minute, every second, every hour, every day, for what you have, for whatever God has given you, for whatever you are enjoying, your food, your relationships, your people, everything. If you're living in a constant state of gratitude, it's the perfect way to ground yourself, to heal yourself.
you mentioned that you come from very poor environment, from very poor family or conditions. And I wonder, who was Bijay as a kid? What would you tell him now from your position, from at this very moment of your life journey?
Bijay as a kid suffered a lot. He suffered till very late actually. Maybe I would say even up to 20, 22, 23. And that's the Bijay that, I know, I see when I go back into my childhood. That's what I'm seeing, all the pain, the trauma. No money, no parents, no love, no relationships, no friends, nothing. But if I have to talk to him now and I have to give him some advice, I'm going to say, whatever you have to suffer, suffer. Because at the end of it, you are going to become Bijay J Anand and you are going to become a healer. This suffering is your lesson. This suffering is your teacher to make you what you're going to become tomorrow. You're going to become a healer, so don't worry about it.
Do you think that back then he would listen to your message?
Back then, I just wanted to kill myself. I don't think I wanted to listen to anyone.
Mm-hmm. Do you still meet people like who actually remind you your younger self, and they try to find their way through the help of your teachings?
Of course, I have many people like that, and I try to help them in whichever way I can. Whichever way I can. If I give them healing, I give them healing. If I can help them out in any other way, I do. Even if I can give them a job, I give them a job. But that's how it is,
What usually prevents us from finding our way or to make our life better?
Our childhood, our upbringing. Because from the time you're born, you are given a name, which means that you know that you're not a soul anymore, you're Bijay. And that Bijay has to become important one day. It has to be successful, it has to become famous, it has to become rich. Your parents tell you have to stand first in the class when you sit for your exam. When you go for sports, whether you're playing badminton, your mother says you have to stand first, you have to get the award, you have to get the medal. And your whole life becomes a life of wanting, right? And it's never supposed to be satisfied. You are not allowed. The society doesn't want you to be satisfied. That is the genesis, that is the beginning and the root of all suffering. Discontent. The day you find peace and contentment in your heart for what you are, for who you are, for whatever you are as a human being and for what you have as a human being, there's nothing that can shake you after that. That's your foundation. But society, even your parents. So recently somebody invited me, she said, can you give a lecture at my school? I said, you have a school? She was very young. She said, yes. I said, how many students do you have? She said, 3,000. I said, wow. I said, I have only one condition. She said, what? I said, I will not lecture the children. You have to call 6,000 parents. I will talk to the parents. I don't want to talk to the kids. The children are not the problem.
They're fine. They're pure,
yes.
Right?
And it's the parents who are, I saw somebody here, somebody I know. She gave this donut with a lot of sugar and jam, and her daughter was like 2 years old. And I couldn't control myself. I said, what are you doing? It's sugar, it's poison. It's a 2-year-old child, it needs nourishment. So it's the parents that need education, it's the parents that need to be trained, it's the parents that need to, and that's how society will change. Because right now what's going on is 98% of all human beings are unhappy because they were brought up wrong. The parents mean well. I'm not saying the parents hate you. I'm not saying your father hates you, your mother hates you. I'm not saying that. I'm saying they don't know better. They think they're doing you a favor by telling you to first secure yourself. Go to school, go to college, get a job, get married, work till the day you retire, so that after your retirement you will have a happy life and a healthy life and enjoy yourself.
With
And
good
that's
intentions.
Bullshit. That's bullshit. That's really bullshit. For me, I tell my daughter from the time she was 5, enjoy yourself right now.
Is she?
Every day. She is not supposed to stand first in the class. She's not supposed to. If she wants to, she can. If she's going for skating and she wants to stand first, she can. If she comes last, I take her for a pizza. No problem. There's no conditioning for her to succeed. There is no pressure on her to succeed. The only pressure I give her is for 2 things. As a parent, I would like to share that there are only 2 things from my daughter that I expect. One is in India there's a word called tehzeeb, which means manners. When you are kind to people, when you have, when you say thank you, when you say sorry, when you say excuse me, that is not negotiable.
The basics.
Somebody comes to, you go to a restaurant, somebody comes to take an order, she cannot not be nice and treat that person as a human being. If she talks to a billionaire and she talks to this guy who's taking the order, it has to be the same. It cannot be less by 1%. That's one thing which is not negotiable with my daughter. And the second thing is the English language. I said, I don't want you to learn. I don't care if you want to learn anything, you don't want to learn anything, you want to do something, don't want to do something. The only thing you have to do is to get good command when you speak, because it's the Vishuddhi chakra, it's the throat chakra, and that throat chakra is also connected with wisdom, knowledge, and with the throat chakra opening up, it opens up your way of communication, and everything in life is communication. If I was not able to communicate, I would not be able to teach. If I was not able to communicate, I would not have been an actor. If I was not able to communicate, I would have not been the best art dealer in India. Everything is communication. That's the only pressure. These two things. Everything else is up to her. But one thing I know what I see her is she enjoys her life. She's a happy child. She's a good child.
I bet, and I think that it might inspire other parents to also stick with these two rules. And maybe now it's a bit of a time to conclude our discussion or our talk. And I would like to ask you, what would be the wish for the Healing Festival for the upcoming years from you?
When I came for the Healing Festival, for the first Healing Festival, there were only 300 people. I told the organizers, Martin and Magda, I told them you're going to be one of the biggest festivals in the world. He said, what? There are only 300 people here. I said, you are going to be the biggest festival in the world. I said, why do you say that? I said, because of your aura, your energy, your intention. You're not greedy. You're not doing this festival to make money. How much profit I can make? What can I do? How can I become more famous because I have this festival? You're doing it because you're a kind man. You're a good man. And that's why your festival is going to be the best festival in the world. Today, it's only the fourth time. Already we have 4,000-5,000 people.
I think even more.
Yeah, and next year is even going to be more.
Yeah.
And it's going to be more. And they're going to have the Healing Festival in Mexico. They're going to have it in Guatemala. They're going to have it in Thailand. Healing Festival is going to be that big. My wish is that it keeps growing, keeps healing people, keep helping people to find their way back home. Because this is a beautiful planet. Look at it now. Look at it. It's beautiful. I just saw a black color squirrel over there. Black, I've never seen a black squirrel in my life. I want people to have that wonder in their eyes when they see nature like that. I was once teaching a class in Goa and everybody was meditating with their eyes closed. And I said, now everybody open your eyes and look behind me. There's a pygmy kingfisher. It's a very rare kingfisher. It's not normal. It's so small and it's really colorful. And they all looked and I said, okay, now go back to meditation. Now close your eyes and start meditating. I didn't want the bird to fly off without them seeing it.
Yeah.
For me, it's so important.
Yeah.
But I know people who can see such a big butterfly.
Yeah, we have to be present.
It doesn't matter to them. They can see a snake, it doesn't matter. They can see for me, everything matters. I can feel happy seeing a cow.
Yeah.
But that's your connection with nature. It's your connection with Mother Earth, the trees, the plants, the birds, everything. And when you are that connected, it will automatically mean that you're connected with music, with dance, with everything that heals you. All the arts heal you. Do you know that? Because of your connection with nature, so many other things in life open up. And that's what the Healing Festival does. It opens up your chakras. It opens up your life to new possibilities, to a new, beautiful life outside of that prison, outside of the matrix.
Thank you very much, Bijay. It was a pleasure to speak with you.
It was absolutely my pleasure. Thank you very much. Satnam.